Welcome everybody to a look at the last Radiance films release for 2025, and it is 1957's Notti Bianche, also known as White Nights. So this is directed by Luciano Visconti, who also did one of the segments in the anthology film The Witches from 1967, but the only other full film I've seen from him is Senso, which is another release from Radiance Films. So this is a romantic melodrama clocking in at 103 minutes long. Stars Maria Schnell, who is in Void of the Damned and the Odessa File. Marcello Mastroianni, who was in Olon San Fon and The Sunday Woman, another pair of films released by Radiance Films. And finally, Jean Marais, who we've talked about earlier this year via the Eureka Fantomas trilogy box set. So a middle-aged man meets a young woman who is waiting on a canal bridge for her lover's return. So this is a highly engaging effort, principally due to the great two leads and their chemistry between one another. The cinematography is also superb. The production is great. It is obviously looking like it's on a set, but it's such a well-detailed set that it doesn't really distract from the film at all. Plus, being a set means that you can have greater control over the lighting, the cinematography and such, and that is why the cinematography looks as great as it does. The score is also excellent. It is perfectly paced throughout. The supporting cast is good. Its themes resonate in an effective manner. And the ending is also emotionally satisfying, going in a direction that I really wasn't expecting, to be honest. I was expecting a much, I guess you could say, better ending in terms of the way that it ends for a certain character, but it also ends in a way that you know is the right way for it to end ultimately for another pair of characters. So yeah, on the whole, a very well done effort, and yeah, a really great way to cap off 2025. Quite frankly, as yeah, not only is this my favourite Visconti film that I've seen so far, but it's also one of my favourite releases from Radiance Films from this year so far as well. Certainly better than Un Femme Douce, which wasn't a bad film by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, this was definitely way more up my street. So that is the disc, and we have reversible sleeve artwork as well, which I believe is the original one. In fact, the new artwork has been done by Time Tomorrow, who do a lot of artworks for boutique labels. We also have a booklet as well with a couple of shots from the film on the front and the reverse. And inside we have your cast and your crew, between major and minor, Visconti's Le Notti Bianche from 2025 by Pasquale Ioni. Then you have Jeffrey Noel Smith on White Nights from 2019, and then transfer notes and credits. So the film was restored in 4K by Luci Cinecittà in 2024, taking place in the digital laboratory of Cinecittà Spa. The restoration was carried out using a 4K scan of the original 35mm negative and a mono 35mm optical negative soundtrack. A few sections affected by severe decay of the original negatives were replaced with frames of sound from fine grain master and original soundtrack materials. This restored master was then supplied to Radiance Films as a high definition digital file. Can't say that I noticed any frames that looked drastically worse than the frames preceding or subsequently after. So yeah, on the whole, I was really impressed by the look of this film. Looks absolutely superb, and the mono soundtrack is perfectly serviceable as well. So yeah, if you're worried about the visual quality, then do not be. That side is on the reverse of the new artwork as well, by the way. And yeah, in terms of extras, we have interview with critic and programmer Adrian Wooten from 2025, that clocks in at 23 minutes long. Letters from Rome, Luciano Visconti, archival program featuring the director interviewed in Rome by Andre S. Labarth from 1963, and that clocks in at 33 minutes long. Got an archival interview with actor Marcello Mastroianni. That's from 1977, and that clocks in at 4 minutes long. Then we have La Notte Bianche, an appreciation archival interview with the director, with director collaborators and La Notte Bianche crew. That's from 2003, and that clocks in at 17 minutes long. Then we have an audiobook reading of Dostoevsky's original short story, White Nights. That's from 2010, and it clocks in at 108 minutes long. We also have a trailer, stills gallery, and newly improved English subtitle translation as well. So yeah, I haven't read the book that or the short story or whatever it is that this is based on, but as a film, absolutely superb. And like I said, a really, really great way to cap off 2025 as far as reviewing films on this channel goes. So yeah, Radiance films have yeah pretty much been on a high bar for most of the year, quite frankly. And yeah, this is, like I said, easily one of my favourites from them, and one that I do highly recommend getting if you haven't got it already. Not seen a great many people talk about this, but it is one that is well worth seeing, and yeah, hopefully owning as well if you can afford to do so. So yeah, get out there and see it if you haven't already. But if you have, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. Hope you have a happy new year, and I'll see you in 2026. Bye.